Whew, you guys, 2020, it's over. It's over and it's done with, and we are welcoming in the new year. And I think for many of us, this energy of January 1st is just bringing in this like breath of fresh air, this new beginnings, this we're starting over, we're starting fresh. Let's welcome in this new year with a way different energy than what 2020 has brought for many of us. I wanted to come on here today and just have a little heart-to-heart with you guys about a lot of different things. This is very unscripted. All of my videos are very unscripted, but this really is just going to be me having a little chit-chat with you guys, because I know that January 1st can be a very triggering time for many of us. As I opened up Instagram this morning, it's funny, actually, I have to say that like diet culture doesn't affect me anymore, and I really I don't think about dieting. I don't think about trying to lose weight. I don't think about like any of this stuff anymore that used to just take over my mind. I used to think all the time, what's the next best diet I can do? What's the next detox and cleanse that I'm gonna go on? And January 1st was always that time for me where it was like, all right, this is gonna be the year where I lose even more weight. This is gonna be the year where I go fully raw vegan. This is gonna be the year where I become a fruitarian. This is gonna be the year when I completely cut out sugar. And like, and I have really forgotten about all of that until I woke up this morning and I saw all the posts. You guys know what I'm talking about. The post about this is your year to lose X amount of pounds. Join this detox. Get, 50% off of my new cleanse. Become vegan this year. Like, what did they call it? Veganary? Is that a thing? Like vegan January? Join this new HIIT program, lose weight, yada, yada, yada. You guys know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, my Instagram page was flooded with this today. So I wanted to hop on here and be sort of maybe that like just sounding voice of balance and recovery for you guys to listen to in the crazy diet culture noise that's going on today. So I'm just gonna go out and say it, guys. You do not need a fad diet. You do not need a detox. You do not need to cut out dairy, gluten, sugar, meat, eggs, X, Y, Z, whatever it is from your diet. You do not need to micromanage your food this year. You do not need to become stricter with your food intake. You do not need to adopt a crazy high-intensity exercise regime. You do not need to intermittent fast. My golly, you do not need to intermittent fast. If you are someone who is coming from an eating disorder background, if you are someone who is coming from a disordered eating background, from orthorexia, from just chronic dieting, from whatever it may be, just please listen to my voice here. You do not need to go on another diet. You don't, honey. I did a post on Instagram today that says like, you do not need to go dairy-free, egg-free, salt-free, sugar-free, oil-free, or whatever in 2021. You need to eat real food. If you are on my channel, or if you are someone who follows me on Instagram, chances are you are someone who is dealing with energy debt, someone who is dealing with amenorrhea, someone who is dealing with low thyroid function, so hypothyroidism, or something of the sorts, guys. And let me just tell you this one thing that I really want you to hear. You need food. You need more food. You should be making goals in 2021 to be expanding the different types of food that you are eating. This should be the year that you decide that you are going to add in food and not take out. See, you guys, I used to be where you were at, and I used to think that, the new year, this was my time to really set these new goals with food, and this was my year to go vegan, to go fruitarian, to go plant-based, to go oil-free, to go salt-free. Like, this was my time to start doing even more intense exercise. Like, I created all these harsh goals for me. And do you want to know where all of those health goals got me, it got me further and further into my energy debt, because doing a detox or a cleanse and eating or drinking, say, 400 calories a day is going to make all of your symptoms worse. If you are struggling with digestive issues, it's not because you need to go on another detox, it's because you need to get out of energy debt so that your digestive system can actually start working properly, so that you can actually start creating enough of the hydrochloric acid that you need to break down food, so that you can actually have a strong sort of gut motility so that you're not constipated all the time. That's gonna come from eating more food and not less food. This is something that I wish I knew 11 years ago, when I thought the answer to health was to eat as little as possible and move as much as possible. Guys, that led me with 11 years of amenorrhea. That led me with severe, like IBS-like symptoms, severe constipation, bloating, gas, indigestion, GERD, all of the above. The excessive exercising and the low-calorie diets left me with hair loss. It left me with, I think, honestly, irreversible brain damage. I still cannot spell, and I have a hard time sometimes formulating sentences, and I sometimes stutter my words, and this is something that the years of underfueling and undereating did to me. It starved my brain, and I'm still dealing with many of the consequences. Undereating and overexercising led me to being diagnosed with osteopenia at the age of 25, on the road to osteoporosis, again, at the age of 25. Undereating, dieting, overexercising led to years of insomnia and frequent urination, constantly waking up in the middle of the night to pee. It led to food obsession. It led to me just being preoccupied with food 24/7. That was all that was on my mind, was what did I eat yesterday? What am I going to eat today? What will I eat tomorrow? That is all that was on my mind all of the time. So if you are thinking about going on another diet, if you are thinking about implementing some crazy, weird, arbitrary rule of you can't eat this or that, I really hope that you can listen to this message of you need real food. So what do I mean by real food here, guys? Is this some diet dogma term that I am trying to get you guys to join in on this new diet thing called now we can only eat real foods? No. Please do not mistake my words for diet dogma. What I am talking about when I say real food is adding back in all of the nutrient-dense foods that you most likely have taken out or are thinking of taking out. So when I say eat real food and you need real food and not a diet, I'm talking about you don't need algae pasta that has 0 calories. You don't need to be eating tofurkey. Rather, you need to be eating turkey. You need to be eating the real food instead of going to all these plant-based, low-calorie, oil-free, whatever it is type of food. Real food is going to be the meat, the lamb, the beef, the buffalo. It's going to be the chicken, the turkey, the duck. It's going to be fish, so it's going to be pickled herring, it's going to be sardines, it's going to be oysters, it's going to be scallops, it's going to be salmon, it's going to be halibut. I'm talking about adding in butter and cream and milk, and not just like almond milk or oat milk. I'm talking about the real deal, the milk that has all of that calcium and that vitamin A and that cholesterol and the saturated fat. I'm talking about adding in whole milk and not low-fat milk. I'm talking about adding in cream, talking about adding in eggs and not just like egg whites. I'm talking about adding in duck fat and roasting your potatoes in that. Talking about adding in white rice. I'm talking about adding in squashes. I'm talking about adding in bread. I'm talking about adding in trying to think here, charcuterie, let's add in some prosciutto. I'm talking about adding in all of these foods that are super beneficial for your health. This is going to be your way out of where you're at right now. Your body has been really depleted from, for some of you, years of under-eating, over-exercising, and or eating a diet that is maybe calorically replete but nutritionally deplete, aka you're eating a strict keto diet that has no carbs, or you're eating a strict vegan diet that has no animal products. So your body is really depleted right now. So many of you guys are experiencing the symptoms of depletion, like the hair loss, the irregular periods, or the complete missing periods. You're experiencing frequent urination. You're experiencing waking up in the middle of the night like 20 times or just not even able to fall asleep. You're experiencing all these things. And I know that you see online that there's all these new diets and cleanses and things that you can do that are saying that it's going to heal your bloat, it's going to get rid of your constipation, it's going to clear your acne, it's going to do X, Y, and Z. I know you are seeing those things, but I just want to remind you that the reason why you are experiencing these things is because you have underfed and underfueled your body. You have lowered your metabolism. The answer to raising your metabolism so that you can have balanced hormones, strong digestion, good immune system, good sleep, is to start eating more food and to rest your body. I fought this answer, guys, for so many years. It is absolutely ridiculous to me how many years I fought this idea of I just need to be eating more food and I don't need another diet. I wish I could give my 15-year-old self a hug and just be like, oh honey, the pain that going on a new diet is going to bring you. The lack of health and vitality that this new diet is going to bring you. It is going to make you food obsessed. It is going to make you paranoid. It is going to make you socially isolate from friends and family because you are going to be so fearful of eating anything that is outside of your diet. I wish I could tell my 15-year-old self that. I really wish that someone told me so clearly. Which is why I started a YouTube channel, which is why I do coaching, which is why this is now what I do, because I don't want anyone else to go through what I had to go through. So making this a little bit less serious, by the way, there is a bird in my, oh, it's a chicken. Just kidding. My chicken is trying to get into the into my office. Hey, Mike. I'm like, what is that knocking going on? Hi. Hi. So making this a little bit less serious now, guys. If you guys are struggling with this, and if you know that it's like, oh, I'm hearing your words, but I still really want to just try a raw vegan diet for a little bit, I really just please email me. Please email me. Let's talk about coaching. Let's talk about how we can start actually improving your health and start healing your digestive system, healing and revving up your metabolism, getting your period back, and getting you back to a state of balance. This is going to be done, guys, by working with your body and not against it. So in coaching, I really teach you how your body works, how your metabolism works, and why you need to be eating food, and you need to be eating nutrient-dense, supportive foods to get your body back to a state of health. If you feel like you can't get yourself there, if there is a lot of blocks, if you have a lot of chit-chatter going on up here saying like, no, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, you have to exercise 1,000,000 hours a day, coaching might be really beneficial for you guys. In coaching, you get that commitment of like, I'm really focusing on this. I've dedicated my time and my resources to getting better and to focusing on moving forward in my journey and not backwards. So it keeps you committed. It also gives you those right steps forward. I have not only gone through this process myself, but I have now coached so many women through this process of getting their period back and getting out of quasi recovery. It is unbelievably helpful to have someone who understands sort of what's going on so that you don't have these things happen and then go like, oh, what's happening? And all of a sudden I'm experiencing extreme hunger, and all of a sudden, like, you know, this is not, and this and that and this and that is happening, and I don't know what I'm going to do, and so now I'm going to go back to restricting. When we go through coaching, I tell you sort of how your body works and what to expect in this process and how to move through that with trust that your body is doing everything so that it can heal. It is extremely beneficial. I wish that I had this when I was going through my years of being obsessed with clean eating, my years of thinking that just eating less was the answer, my years of thinking that I needed to do colonics and take laxatives and cleanse my whole body with celery juice. Like, I wish I had someone being like, okay, you want your period back? This is what we're gonna do, honey. Like, you want to start like growing hair back? You want to start sleeping well? This is what we're gonna do. If you're interested about coaching and you're ready to start this new year off on a different foot in terms of your relationship to food and body, if you're ready to get to the end of 2021 and being like, heck yes, I completely radically transformed, and I have gotten to a place where I have monthly menstrual cycles and when I'm feeling strong. If you're wanting to get to that place, please go down into the bio and you will see that there is a link to my schedule. You can schedule a free call with me and we'll chat if coaching is going to be really helpful for you, and if that's going to be the thing that really helps you take those next steps forward. If there's any questions in regards to recovery, in regards to coaching, in regards to whatever it may be, please write them in the comments down below. I literally answer every single one of your guys' comments. So thank you for watching this video. Please like it and please subscribe, and I will see you in my next one.